Hey everybody, good energy to you guys. Um, so I want to talk about boundaries, because apparently some people think I have issues with boundaries, and so I want to examine that, because I don't take these type of accusations lightly. Because I feel like I'm one of the, more anywho, I don't take it lightly, so I've thought about it, and in my opinion, this is concerning Giannis since he's the one who's projected this onto me. Um, First of all, the Cyrax thing. So yes, I heard Cyrax had left a message on her phone, and she hadn't listened to it. And he asked a question, and since I hadn't seen her answer the question, and I also don't think that her answer to the question, I assumed what she would answer because I kind of know how she deals with certain things based on the time I've been able to witness, her interactions online. So I kind of got a feeling of how she might deal with trolls. And it's different than I do. And I don't necessarily think the way she deals with them is as healthy as it could be. So, and my heart does go out to Cyrax. Even before I heard that message, seeing a lot of things that happened to him and just what was going on in his situation, I felt compassion for it. So, especially upon hearing that message and then seeing no action from Joy, I thought, and then again, I don't think that her answer is the best answer or the healthiest answer. I took it upon myself to go ahead and make a video, and if he happened to watch it, so be it. But if I had known, if I had known it bothered him that much, see, saying that even feels weird. Like, I want to say I wouldn't have done it, but it's just like if you have some information you think could help somebody, and all you're doing it is broadcasting it on your signal, and they choose to tune into it or not, is that really breaching boundaries? I don't know. I don't really think so, unless you're doing something that's like hurting it. See, the reason why I think she got so angry about it is because it made her look bad because she, first of all, didn't listen to his message. And then when she did listen to his message, she still didn't do anything about the message. So it just made her look like she really didn't give a fuck. Is what it is. Not my fault that she didn't do anything about it. She had plenty of time. I waited till the next day, and it was just something that was on my mind. So I was like, why not fucking go ahead and do it since she ain't doing it? So I did. There's that, and then oh yeah, the whole Georgia thing. And again, I still don't even really feel that bad about it. I really don't. The one thing I do feel bad about, because I could have asked the question, but even without asking, like, you guys keep assuming that I was just gonna show up on her doorstep, and that is you guys making an assumption about my actions that those were not in my heart at all. I was just planning on walking around Atlanta, making some videos. If it worked out that she would want to come and fucking hang out or something, cool. If not, that's cool too. I was just testing the waters. I was just seeing what was what. There's other reasons why I wanted to go to Georgia as well. So, that's one thing I like to do is explore. So it was for you guys to like jump to this crazy conclusion. I was like, oh, he was going to Georgia and he was going to go straight to Joy's house. And it's like, well, yeah, that would be fucking weird. But that was not what was planned or in my heart at all. You guys just made that shit up. Like, you guys make up a lot of shit. So, anyway, another thing for boundaries. And then if she's, just to play the, just to keep things fucking on an even keel here, I'm going to bring up some things that she's done that, in my opinion, are breaching boundaries. Like, contacting my brother. And I also told Marty, I asked Marty not to do it. I told him I didn't think it was a good idea, like pretty urgently. And he did anyways. And it's really, that was the seed that has led all this, relationship stuff with my brother onto the internet. That's what started it all. Was Marty essentially contacting my brother. And then from there, Joy followed. And, the rest has been history. But in my opinion, that's breaching boundaries. Like, you guys are, I've asked you not to contact my personal family, and instead of listening to me about things going on in my household, my family, a place that you guys are not fucking at, you don't listen to that, and you just do whatever the fuck you want without considering my feelings or the feelings of the household. And then on top of that, you want to give me shit for boundary issues when you guys are the one going into my family life and I haven't gone into any of y'all's family's life? That'd be like me trying to contact Emily and hit on her or flirt with her, as you were saying you were doing with Mark. It's a little strange. I think that's a much more, breach in boundary if you really want to look in boundary breaching. And it's also like the reasons why are you breaching this boundary. At least I was, in terms of me with Cyrax, at least I was breaching it to try to help him. You're breaching it what? To try to talk to my brother, to fuck my brother, to make me jealous? Like, what are your reasons for even contacting my brother, Joy? And you too, Marty, like, especially when I asked you not to, bro. Like, why would you have to go and do that? And I sent you some messages back and you haven't really, and I noticed too, you like to exaggerate things, man. Like with Joshua, kept on calling him a crackhead. And it's like, with the Georgia thing, like I've told you the Georgia story before. And it's like, even yesterday, you were talking about how you thought I was just gonna like knock on her door and like burst in like I had been invited when I hadn't been invited. And it's just like, it's a common trend that I've seen. And, I love you, Marty, but I do feel like sometimes you blow smoke up people's asses a little bit to get a particular effect out of them. And, a lot of it feels like, or I don't even know about a lot of it, but a percent of it feels like there's entertainment, and you call out Joshua a lot, for not doing this and not doing that. Well, what are you doing, bro? Just keeping it real, it's, and I don't even like saying it like that because I'm not, do you, but, I do notice a lot of, talking onto others, and it's like, how much time are you spending on yourself and your life? A lot of times we put a lot of attention on others, and it's because we don't want to deal with the shit that's going on inside of us. So, perhaps take a look in the mirror, man, because we all got shit to work on, which is fine. But, this is like, I'm beginning to notice more of a pattern because I'm getting to know Marty a little bit better. I'm noticing he does spend a lot of time talking about, like, I don't know much about him. Like, the next time we have a talk, I want to learn more about his life. You guys have heard so much about my life. I've shared a lot with you guys, but I really don't know Marty at all. Like, there's a lot I don't know about. I think he's our age, like, in his mid-30s, but one thing I've always wanted to know is, like, why do you have, why does, your emblem look like a man in his 60s or something? That's one thing that's always been kind of strange to me, but I'd love to learn more about his story, I really would. Know about his character, where he comes from, who he is. Like, I really don't know shit, but, he spent a lot of time talking about me and my family. So, it's just, keep things fair. That's all I'm saying. You guys are giving me shit for all these boundary things, calling me a pedo for this and that, and it's like, okay, you use this term, say I have no boundaries, and then I can throw it right back at you. What does that make you guys pedos now? No, it doesn't. It means we all have different areas of boundaries, or what you guys are calling boundaries. We're all different. There's so many different levels. Just to make things so black and white, just to say either somebody has boundaries or they don't have boundaries, is a very limited, kind of lame way to look at anything. Like, there's so many different colors and levels to things. To just break it down to one or the other is, I think, just not fair, and it doesn't feel good or real at all, because there's so many different hues, there's so many different shades, there's so many different aspects to life. It's not just white and black. There's how many different colors and how many different shades of color. So it's good to keep these in perspective, because, like, she's pretty much saying, I'm somebody who has no boundaries, so therefore I must be a pedophile. And it's like, that's just making a ridiculous fucking exaggeration again. And it's like, you guys have been doing it, like saying that Little Bear hates me, and then you guys see him lick my face, and it's like, you guys really just continue on with these assumptions, and y'all think you're fucking right, and you're dead wrong. So be careful with assumptions. You make an ass of yourself. If you're gonna make an assumption, at least do so with the prefaced, verbal humility of saying, I'm assuming this, and then maybe throw some, things in there to support the assumption. Like the whole Little Bear thing, you guys haven't even really seen me fucks with him in a long ass time. So for you guys just to assume that he hates me, you didn't listen to any of the videos about what happened with why, what was going on, and the fact that things have changed. You just make up these assumptions to make me look like more of a bad fucking monster, which is just you guys speaking out of your lower self rather than your higher self. So it is what it is. All things are changing, and there is good news. The hemp is here in Portland, and there's big people that are looking at it now, so it's going to filter and flourish throughout the rest of the world too, I think. So hope is here, and it's good to see things and deeds that actually are stabilizing that hope in a real tangible type way, like this hemp being researched by a very large and well-funded, hospital that's federally funded as well. So it's a whole, it's not just a little private area with a private certain people. Federally, it's going to be just that much easier for things to spread federally all over the nation. So, all right, I love y'all. Have a good day. Bye.